Welcome back to the Sound for More channel and welcome back to another tutorial and demonstration. Today I have the pleasure to show you Kombinat4 from Audio Damage, which is a fantastic multi-band distortion effect. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also to become a Patreon member so that you can support the channel moving forward. Additionally, on my Patreon you will find, of course, additional videos, project files, things like that, and also you have the ability to buy some of my time as well if you would like to have some dedicated one-to-one session. Thank you again. So I'm inside the as you can see, a few things here. Let's listen first of all to a track and let's play with some of the different presets so you get an idea what you can do. Really nice, right? So really good. Let's try with a piano type of sound. So let's click play, and I'm using piano motif for this. So as you can hear, it works really well. Lots of different presets here that you can find. Under the favorite, you have multi-band and series because the bands can be put one after the other in series mode. You find a lot of different presets. And also under multi-band, you have this init preset, which is really useful to go back to initialize the effect. When you set it on any, here you have 4 bands, 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you select each one, it changes the number here, so you can change the controls related to that band. As you can see, 3 and 4. You can go here, press on the plus sign here, add a new one. Click here on the X, remove it. Or you can click here to add an additional one there, or remove it as well. You can mute solo. It's really easy. Change intensity here, or the gain, you see? As you move up and down. You can change the engine mix, okay, you can have it on or off, okay, you can set the oversampling twice or 4 times, really good, and also you can change the input here as well in terms of level. And here is where you choose up to 38 different algorithms, so really 38, so there's a lot to go through. And of course you can choose a filter here, 4 poles, 2 poles, etc. And then you adjust the frequency and the resonance. And you can do that for each of the different bands. Remember, you can have them in parallel like this, multi-band, or one after the other. You can see the indication here, right? So that's really good. Some settings, of course, your preset and setting your favorite, right? What I really like is the visualization, which can be post effect, the output, the input, and you cycle back to post effect. And it's really good because you can see where you might want to act. So you can see this one here, or you can say, well, I want to put a filter there. Adjust the resonance level. And it's doing it per band, which is really good. And then when you're ready, go to bypass and add an effect, which is really good. Then you can move to another band, change the algorithm, you go for a warp here. Again, change the frequency, change the gain. Let's go to this other band here and let's choose something different. Let's go for distortion. And you carry on like that. And so the beauty of the effect is 38 different algorithms which you can apply up to 8 different bands. Okay, and you can then change the frequency of each band so that you can decide exactly where the different algorithms or effects are applied in terms of frequency. So that is pretty special. The other thing you can do is, of course, use sidechain. So you enable here on the compressor, you need to have it on, and then you select sidechain. And then what you do, you just need to have a source. Like in this case, Digistick, which I set it up just 4 different bass drum. And of course, you click play and it will play through. And here we have a different instance, right? And in terms of multi-bus of the same effect. So let's re-enable the first track which I played, and let's go back inside here. Let's choose a different effect, and then play around with the sidechain. Sometimes I found that Digistick will not play. That's something I noticed recently. So if that happens, instantiated, particularly if you have a new project which you just created, sometimes that is the case. So in this case, it was not playing. This is why you could not hear the sidechain. So let's try again. There it is. And of course I'm adjusting the release here. This is why you see more of that dip. You can also change the outpass filter there as well. Of course, ratio helps, so this is just a normal compressor with sidechain, works really well. You also have a feedback as well. Be careful with the amount when you use the feedback. Attack decay as normal, and then you can have auto gain enabled if you want. You can bypass it like so, auto gain on and off, and DC block as well. And ultimately you can adjust the output, right? So really simple, really good, really effective. I love this one. You can have a stutter per band. That's really good. It gives you some really unique effects. There is so much that you can play with. It's really good. 38. Remember, when you play with the different algorithms, you just need to remember you have an engine mix as well. If that is down to 0, you might not hear anything. So that is something that you need to pay attention to. And then, of course, the checking on the filter. Of course, if you have a low pass filter and the frequency is down to a very minimal, you don't hear much either. So in terms of presets, you have a vast set of presets, parallel or series as well, for vocal, for drums, etc, etc. So it's really good. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and short demonstration, and as always, see you next time. Bye.